The Art of Laziness. Boost your productivity by doing less. Today, we're tackling a topic that's near and dear to my heart, laziness. This book argues that laziness, when done right, can actually make you productive. We live in a world that glorifies the daily hustle, the never-ending grind. But what if I told you there's a better way? What if we could achieve more by doing less? That's what we're exploring today. So, buckle up, grab your thinking caps, or maybe a comfy blanket, and let's get lazy. Chapter 1. Redefining Laziness. Okay, first things first. We need to talk about what laziness actually means. Because the word itself comes with a lot of baggage, right? It conjures up images of like couch potatoes and procrastination. But this book wants us to ditch that negative connotation. It's about being strategic with our energy, about finding ways to work smarter, not harder. It's about recognizing that sometimes the most productive thing you can do is nothing at all. Think about it. Some of history's greatest thinkers and innovators were notorious for their lazy streaks. Take Thomas Edison, for example. He was famous for taking naps and spending hours just puttering around his lab. But those weren't wasted hours. That was Edison giving his brain space to wander, to make connections, to stumble upon those aha moments. Albert Einstein, Marie Curie, even Charles Darwin. They all had periods where they stepped back from their work, where they seemingly did nothing. But it was in those moments of quiet reflection that their biggest breakthroughs often occurred. So, maybe laziness isn't the enemy we've been led to believe it is. Chapter 2, The Power of Rest. Alright, let's talk about rest. And I'm not just talking about getting a solid 8 hours of sleep at night, although that's important too. I'm talking about incorporating rest into our daily routines, into our very approach to work and life. Because here's the thing, our brains aren't designed for constant uninterrupted focus. We need downtime to recharge, to process information, to let our subconscious minds do their thing. Think about it like this. Have you ever been working on a problem hitting a wall and then suddenly the solution comes to you while you're in the shower or out for a walk? That's the power of rest at work. When we step away from a task, our brains don't just shut off. They continue to process information in the background. And often it's in those moments of relaxation when we're not actively trying to force a solution that the answer reveals itself. This is why taking breaks throughout the day is so crucial. Go for a walk, listen to some music, meditate, whatever helps you unwind. You'll be amazed at how much more focused and productive you are when you return to your work. Chapter 3, Minimal Effort for Maximum Results. Alright, now let's talk about efficiency. Because one of the core principles of the art of laziness is finding ways to do more with less effort. It's about working smarter, not harder. Now, this doesn't mean cutting corners or doing shoddy work. It's about being strategic with our time and energy, about identifying the most impactful tasks and finding the most efficient ways to accomplish them. The key is to be intentional with your time and energy, to focus on the things that truly matter, and find ways to simplify or eliminate the rest. By being selective about where we direct our efforts, we free up time and energy for the things that truly matter, the things that bring us joy and move us closer to our goals. So embrace the art of efficiency and watch your productivity soar. Chapter 4. Creative Laziness. Now, let's talk about the link between laziness and creativity, because believe it or not, some of our most brilliant ideas come to us when we're not actively trying to be creative. Think about it. Have you ever been stuck on a problem, racking your brain for a solution, only to have the answer hit you while you're doing something completely unrelated? Maybe you're in the shower or out for a run, or just lying in bed trying to fall asleep. That's because when we step away from a problem and allow our minds to wander, we tap into a different mode of thinking. We give our subconscious mind space to work through the problem in the background, to make connections we might not have seen before. So the next time you're feeling stuck, don't force it. Step away from your work, do something you enjoy, and let your mind wander. You might be surprised at what you come up with. Remember, creativity often strikes when we least expect it. Chapter 5. Balancing Laziness and Productivity. Now before we go any further, let's address the elephant in the room, the balance between laziness and productivity. Because let's be real, there's a fine line between strategic laziness and just plain old procrastination. The key, as with most things in life, is moderation. It's about finding the sweet spot where we're giving ourselves permission to rest and recharge without completely derailing our goals. It's about recognizing that there's a time for action and a time for inaction, a time to push ourselves and a time to let go. The key is to experiment, to pay attention to your own energy levels and productivity patterns, and to find a rhythm that works for you. So, don't be afraid to experiment, to adjust, and to find your own personal balance between laziness and productivity. Alright, let's talk about technology, because let's be real, technology can be both a blessing and a curse when it comes to laziness. On the one hand, it can be an incredible tool for streamlining our lives, automating tasks, and freeing up our time and mental energy. Think about all the apps and software out there designed to boost our productivity and efficiency. But there's a flip side. Technology can also be a major source of distraction, a black hole of procrastination, and wasted time. Social media, streaming services, online games, they can easily suck us in and steal hours of our day without us even realizing it. So the key is to be mindful of our relationship with technology, to use it as a tool for good, for streamlining our lives and freeing up our time and energy for the things that truly matter. Remember, it's supposed to be working for you, not the other way around. Now let's talk about the social stigma surrounding laziness. Because let's be real, we live in a culture that often glorifies busyness, productivity, and the hustle. Taking time for rest and relaxation is often seen as, well, lazy. It's almost like we're conditioned to feel guilty for taking breaks, for prioritizing our well-being over our to-do lists. But here's the thing, rest is not the enemy of productivity. In fact, it's essential for it. When we allow ourselves to rest, to recharge, to step away from the constant grind, we return to our work with more focus, creativity, and energy. We need to challenge this societal norm that equates busyness with worthiness. So the next time you feel guilty for taking a break or saying no to something, remember this. You're not being lazy, you're being strategic. So, we've talked about the benefits of laziness, the importance of rest, the power of efficiency, and the need to challenge societal norms. But here's the big question. What if we embraced laziness as a lifestyle choice? Now, I'm not talking about becoming complete hermits who never leave our couches, although, hey, no judgment. I'm talking about making a conscious decision to prioritize rest, relaxation, and enjoyment in our lives. It's about designing our lives in a way that allows for downtime, for creativity, for connection, for the things that truly matter to us. This might mean working less, pursuing passions, spending more time with loved ones, or simply saying no to commitments that don't align with our values. It's about shifting our focus from constantly doing to simply being. So, let's embrace the art of laziness, not as a way to avoid work, but as a way to live more fully, more intentionally, and more joyfully. So there you have it. The art of laziness encourages us to rethink our approach to work and life. It's not about being unproductive or avoiding responsibility. It's about being strategic with our time and energy, about prioritizing rest and relaxation, and about finding joy in the everyday. By embracing strategic laziness, we can unlock our creativity, boost our productivity, and live more fulfilling lives. Thanks for watching, and remember, sometimes the most productive thing you can do is absolutely nothing at all.